HSP 80 VTR 112880.
Jeff.
Yeah, Mom.
Do you think that Susan should go up there with us?
Yeah, think so. Nelson seemed to want to have the whole family up there this morning.
Yeah, but you know, Heather and Susan didn't get along very well.
Not well at all, you mean? Well, Mom, Heather doesn't remember that. And I guess Nelson is hoping that, I don't know, if they strike up some kind of a friendship, it'll help Heather adjust to their past relationship.
Well, maybe.
Sit down, Mom. Come on. Want some cream and sugar with it?
No, black's fine. Jeff.
Yeah, Mom.
Now, you know that I want Heather to come home for Christmas.
Yes, of course you do.
But do you think that we ought to take the chance?
Yeah, I think so, if Dr. Nelson thinks it's all right.
What if she makes contact with PJ?
Well, we're just not going to let that happen.
Jeff, if she does, I am worried. And I don't want to take responsibility for whatever might happen.
Look, Mom, try to remember that Dr. Nelson is not going to let Heather out of that sanitarium unless he thinks she's ready.
And doctors have been known to be wrong, you know.
Well, we just have to trust him to make the right decision. Besides, Heather's been making lots of progress lately. Well, hasn't she?
It seems that way.
All right, then stop worrying.
I am trying, Jeff.
Look, Mom, Heather's making a lot more progress than either one of us expected. So let's not be so negative, okay?
Okay. But I'd be less than truthful if I said I was not afraid.
Why? Mom, what are you afraid of in this? Tell me, is there something in the past that you haven't told me, something that I should know about?
I just think that you ought to think about it carefully before approving of Dr. Nelson having this homecoming.
Mom, he's a psychiatrist. I have to go by his decision, okay?
I just don't want to be sorry. I mean, sorry that we thought Heather was well enough.
She's going to have wonderful treatment while she's here.
Just don't want anything tragic to happen.
Mom, come on, I'm sorry. Listen, I know you're nervous about all of this.
I can't help but think about PJ. I love the little boy.
I know you do, Ma. We all do.
Well, I mean, it's just that I have been babysitting him a lot lately, you know? It's just natural that I would feel especially close to him.
Come on, girls, let me see it. Smile, this doesn't hurt. All right, take it all the way up now and take it down real slow and limber and goodbye.
Time, Richard.
That's real nice, Amy, real nice.
Well, if we wouldn't tease you, you'd think we were all sick, huh?
You're right.
Richard, I'm sorry I had to cut out of class early, but I've got
I'll
a
never
rather
forgive you.
important appointment.
Okay, what can I do for you?
Well, you could really close up if you don't mind.
Oh,
because I've got to run. Okay, unless the cleaning people come, then they'll take care of it.
Okay.
Okay?
Have a
Thanks
good
a
day.
lot.
Bye.
Bye.
Richard. Yeah, let me just show you this stretch.
Hi, Anna.
Hi.
Hi. I just want to tell you how sorry I am about all this business with Heather. You must be terribly upset at this.
Oh, hey, listen. I'm spending too much time thinking about myself. This must be a tough time for you, too.
Well, I didn't have a son that Heather was trying to steal from me.
I am trying my best to convince myself that what Heather did, she did when she was a very sick woman, and she's getting better, and it's simply not going to happen again.
But you haven't convinced yourself of that yet.
Right. Absolutely. It's just been a nightmare, and I don't know what I'm going to do about Mrs. Grant.
What do you mean?
Mrs. Grant babysits for PJ.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I mean, she is the sweetest, most wonderful woman in the world, but I can't have her possibly babysitting for PJ if Heather's out of the hospital.
Of course not. She might want to go over and visit her mother, of course.
Oh, I know. The whole thing just really terrifies me. I don't know how to break the news to her.
Well, Diana, maybe she's thought of all this herself, you know.
I hope so, because the thought of Heather being anywhere near PJ really shakes me up.
I know how terrible it was for you, Diana, this past year. With Heather trying to make you think you lost your memory?
Memory? It was my mind. She was trying desperately to convince everyone that I was going insane. The things that she did to me are still with me. I mean, just like they happened yesterday.
I can understand that. It must have been a terrible, terrible year. On top of everything, to lose your husband.
Peter's death.
Excuse me. Diana, please. Look, I understand what you've gone through. I understand how difficult it is for you now, but you've got to let these memories pass. You can't let the fears of the past color your future like this.
I'm trying not to, but I can't seem to help it.
Diana, you have got to believe, along with the rest of us, that Heather really is getting better for all the right reasons.
The only way it's going to be good for me is if Heather regains her memory of the past completely, except for one thing, my son. This is a terrible thing to say, but I pray to God every night that she has no memory of PJ whatsoever.
Sarah?
Audrey, I'm not noticing much of anything right now. I'm too happy.
This wouldn't have something to do with Ann, would it?
It has everything to do with Ann. Ann and Heather.
I thought it might.
And what about the situation with Heather?
Well, as soon as she's well enough, whether she's out of the sanitarium or not, I'm going to have to tell her that she's not coming home to live with me. I'm going to get a divorce from her so I can marry Ann.
Of course, she has to be emotionally stable enough.
There's no question about that. And I'll let her doctor tell me when the time is right. But I'm going to tell her I love Annie, and I want her to be my wife.
Well, don't tell us Jeremy's already asleep.
Oh, he's trying. He doesn't want to have anything to get in the way of having fun tomorrow.
It's going to be a pretty hectic day, I think.
Yeah.
Darling, I think maybe we better get up to bed, huh?
Huh? No?
Now.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see you both in the morning.
Okay.
Good night, you two.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Pretty special people, those Hardys.
That you can say again, my dear. Listen, I told him about my decision to be honest with Heather.
I thought so.
I think they understand, too. I need a wife. Someone I love, Annie. And I have never had that until I met you.
Guess what, Sarah?
What?
I think I'm home free.
What do you mean?
I think I fooled Dr. Nelson.
Oh, you're so clever you could fool anyone.
I played it just right. I didn't come on real fast with a whole flood of memories. I just pretended to remember certain things. Just enough. So I think if I'm very lucky, he'll let me go home for Christmas.
But that means that you're going to leave me alone.
Is that all you can do is think about yourself at a time like this?
You only think of yourself, don't you?
Sarah, who let you play with a rag doll? Who asked Jeff to buy you your very own baby doll?
You did.
Well, then how can you say I only think of myself?
I'm sorry, Heather.
You should be, Sarah. I'm very disappointed in you.
Oh, don't say that. I want you to like me.
I do. I mean, I didn't say I didn't like you. We're best friends.
Yes, we are. The very best of friends.
Anyway, let me tell you what happened today with Dr. Nelson.
Wait a minute. Let me get Jennifer Elizabeth. She wants to hear, too.
Is that what you've named the doll?
Yes. Isn't it lovely?
Just terrific.
We're ready.
You sure the rag doll doesn't want to be in on this one, too?
She's sleeping.
Peachy.
Okay. Tell us all about it.
Okay. Anyway, Dr. Nelson feels that I've been making such good progress that he's considering letting me stay home for the whole holiday period. Of course, he's got to talk to my mother and Jeff first, but I think I might pull it off. I didn't tell him that I remembered my cousin Susan. You know, she's always been against me.
Oh, you're so sweet, Heather. How could anybody be against you?
Thank you, Sarah. I think he may make his decision today.
Heather?
What? Don't be sad, Sarah.
I can't help it.
Well, I'm only going to be gone for the holidays, and then I'll be back.
You sure?
I promise. I want to come back.
You do?
Because of me? Because of you and some other reasons.
What?
Just a little secret I have.
Oh, no. Heather, you've got to tell me. We share secrets.
Not this one, Sarah.
No. Best friends can't keep secrets from
Sarah,
each
don't
other.
be so
no, you must
emotional.
tell me or I'm
what?
Or I'm gonna tell Dr. Nelson that you escaped from here twice.
You wouldn't dare do that.
I will. I'll tell Dr. Nelson that you tried to escape from here and that you stole Shelley Vernon's car to do it.
You do that to your very best friend?
I will. I don't want to do it, but I will.
Hello, Jay. Bernard, good to see you.
Hello.
I hope we didn't keep you waiting.
No, not at all.
Have you talked to Heather this morning?
Yes, I did, Mrs. Grant.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you remember Susan Moore, Heather's cousin?
Hello, Susan.
How are you, Dr. Nelson?
Rather optimistic, I'm happy to say.
Oh.
Heather's better?
Indeed, yes. Well, wouldn't you like to sit down first?
No, please, just tell us what happened.
Heather is having some partial memories. I'd like to check them out with you first, Jeff.
Yes, please do.
All right, we know that her memory of the Christmas tree ornament that you had in your apartment was accurate, right?
Yes, it was.
That's good.
Doctor, what exactly did Heather remember?
Well, perhaps it was her first Christmas with you, Jeff.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How much of it?
Quite a bit. She mentioned baking a cake and some Christmas cookies. Do you recall something like that?
No, I really don't. I may have just forgotten it, though.
What about you, Mrs. Grant?
No, I don't know.
Well, all right. She also mentioned the first gift she gave you, a robe.
Yeah, she did give me a robe. And it might have been at that Christmas, too.
How about a bracelet? Do you remember giving Heather a gold bracelet that first Christmas?
Yeah, I did.
Jeff, Heather is remembering things. My baby is remembering things.
It's all right, Mrs. Grant. I know how you must all feel.
Heather's getting well.
Mrs. Grant, Heather is moving forward, yes. But it's a real miracle.
You know, I've always been something of a cynic, Doctor, but I have to admit, I just never imagined this would happen.
Well, it restores one's faith, doesn't it?
It's God's doing. I know it is.
Maybe it is. But it's Heather's deep desire to want to be with all of you at Christmas that caused that memory breakthrough.
Dr. Smith, report to emergency stat. Dr. Smith, report to
Morning,
emergency
Thelma.
stat.
Eunice?
Hi.
What are you two looking so glum about?
Nothing really.
I guess it's the cold weather outside.
All set to take over?
All set.
Mrs. Brewer told me to come back and relieve you on your coffee breaks.
Great. See you later.
So long. Oh, by the way, the Ellen Quartermaines left some invitations for both of you to pass out today.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see. Oh, well, there's one for you, Diana,
Thank you.
and one for me. Great.
Oh, it's an invitation to their Christmas party. I don't think I'm going to be able to go if Heather's going to be released from the sanitarium.
Now, Diana, you can't go into hiding.
Yeah? Any messages?
Hello, Rick. Yes, I think you do. I have a couple here. There you go.
Any word from Forest Hills?
Well, Jeff went up to see them today. I haven't heard anything yet.
Well, I know it's a bit early, but just the second you hear anything, would you let me know?
Yes, I will. You're not scheduled in OR, so where should I find you?
No, I'll just be making rounds. I have nothing on schedule unless an emergency comes up or something.
Okay, I'll be sure to find you. Hi, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Hello.
Wow, look at the cat dragged in. Hi, guys.
Oh, what brings you guys here?
Oh, we thought we might assist Rick in some surgery or
Oh,
whatever.
Jeremy, smarty pants here.
Well, actually, we thought we'd stop on by and help decorate the Christmas tree in the children's ward. I mean, since we're on a vacation and all.
Yeah, marvelous.
We'll see how marvelous it is after they've finished.
Yes, we want a super-duper job done, men.
Right.
Don't worry, they'll be supervised. Look, boys, why don't you wait over in the lounge until Audrey and I can take you up to the children's ward? We have to get to our offices first.
Why can't we wait here?
Yeah, listen to you guys gossip.
Oh, Jeremy.
Hey, why not? I agree with them. A lot of action here.
I wish you weren't too old to paddle, both of you.
Oh, before you all take off, I got something for you.
Oh, here.
Yeah. Yes, the Quartermaines request the presence of Dr. and Mrs. Hardy.
Oh, thank you, Rick. Quartermaines.
I don't see one for you, Rick. They did say that it would just be a family and a few friends, though.
And I don't think there's any reason why I would have been invited in the first place. No, excuse me. See you later.
Oh, man, my big mouth. I just wasn't thinking.
Thinking about what?
Look, do what I told you, boys. Go on over to the lounge and wait for us.
Okay.
See you later. Now, don't be too upset about Rick.
That's true, Ann. People just have to get used to the fact that Rick and Monica no longer mean anything to each other personally. Come on.
Yeah. Take a seat, will you?
Yes.
Well, Monica, now what dost thou think of this ornament right here?
Whatever you say, Alan.
Such enthusiasm.
Oh, it's a beautiful tree, isn't it?
I think it's lovely.
You know, darlings, I think it's the prettiest tree that you've ever had.
You know something, darling? You say the same thing every year.
Yes, and perhaps I'm right every year, dear.
I do think Lana's right. I think the tree gets prettier every single year.
Do you really feel that way?
Well, Alan, I don't know many people who go around saying that their tree gets uglier every year. Forget it.
Ah, foolish me. There I was thinking you were getting into the Christmas spirit. I should have known better.
Oh, Alan, dear, please don't make cryptic remarks.
Yes, Alan, would you, hand me that box of ornaments, please?
What, these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad it's going to be a smaller party this year, aren't you?
Very glad.
You know, at large parties, I always feel afterwards that I talked incessantly to everyone and never said anything of the slightest importance to anyone. But then, of course, perhaps I never do.
Mother, what are you doing?
Oh, just making sure that you invited everyone. Are you sure you did, Monica?
Well, yes, I'm fairly sure I did, yeah.
Mother, that's last year's Christmas list.
Well, of course it is, dear. It's an excellent way to check and make sure that nobody's been forgotten.
Oh, okay, fine.
And, Alan, don't take that condescending voice with me, please. I am not senile, you know.
Yes, come on, Alan, please.
I'm almost through anyway. I'm down to the W's now. Aha! You see? I do not find an invitation checked off for Rick and Leslie Weber.
Why not?
Oh, well, Alan, I didn't think you wanted me to invite them.
You didn't think I wanted you to invite them. I didn't want you to invite Rick, Monica, but I certainly wanted you to invite Leslie. Thank you, Mother. I apologize. It's a good thing you did double-check.
Ben, you, are insisting that I invite Leslie.
Indeed, I am insisting. I work with her every day. It's going to be very strange if she isn't here, Monica.
All right, then, Alan, I will have to hand-deliver the invitation because I really don't trust the mails this time of year.
Now, what about that other Weber situation?
What do you mean?
Well, I see that Jeff Weber is on your list, but I ran into Audrey Hardy the other day, and she tells me that there's this possibility that Jeff's wife may be allowed home for Christmas.
Sarah, why don't you look at me?
I can't. If I do, you're gonna try and talk me out of telling on you.
I wouldn't try to talk you out of doing anything you thought was right. But do you really think it's right to tell on a friend? Especially such a dear one.
I'm sorry, Heather, but I don't like being alone at Christmas. Can't you understand that?
Sure, I understand that. Tell you what, I'll come and visit you on Christmas. How about that?
Promise?
Promise.
It's not enough.
To keep you from telling on me, you mean?
I want to know the secret.
Oh, Sarah.
You've got to tell me. If you don't, I'll tell Dr. Nelson about your escapes.
All right, all right. You feel that strongly about it, I'll tell you. I'm going to make some special plans when I get home at Christmas.
What kind of plans?
Plans that'll guarantee that I get my son back permanently.
Stephen Lars?
Yes, Sarah.
What are you going to do about the woman who tried to adopt him?
I don't know. I say I tried to kill that woman once. I do remember not liking her, but tell me, do you think I'm capable of killing anyone?
Heather, let's not talk about killing anyone.
Why, Sarah? Because you tried to kill your very best friend?
I didn't! The doctor told me that I didn't. I just think that I did.
And you believe them?
Yes! Yes! Heather, please, please don't talk to me about killing. It makes me all crazy and mixed up inside. Please, please don't talk.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.